men don't know how to communicate? Well, I have a different opinion on that. Stay tuned. Welcome back for more musings with me, Alini. So, for years and years and years, we have heard that men are bad communicators and they don't know how to communicate. And how many times have I heard women give that excuse to their partners, their boyfriends, their dates, their husbands, etc.? Well, let's think about it. Do we really think men don't know how to communicate and convey the feelings and emotions and the points of view? Communication is a skill that is used in many occupations and many careers, and as we know, men actually do go to work. So historically, let's start with Aristotle and Plato. They were philosophers, and what do philosophers do? Philosophers sit down and ponder life and ask all these questions about existence and the world and the universe and being human and the self, and they have to be capable of being really good communicators. And as we know, most philosophers are actually men. Then lawyers, barristers, they actually have to stand in front of a judge in a court and communicate. They have to communicate the argument and put it down in a very good way that flows perfectly so that they can get their point across. Guess what? The first lawyers and barristers in the world were men, and even now it's still a men-infested industry. Again, another occupation where men are successful at communicating. Then we have journalism and communication and media. And guess what they have to do? They have to interview people. They have to communicate to the public. They have to tell a story. Yes, of course, there's different types of journalism, but guess what? They all have to communicate. And do I need to give you more examples? Fine. Oh my God, you're pushing me here. Who do we have? We have psychologists, psychotherapists. Freud was a man. Carl Rogers was a man. Who else? Current days, Jordan Peterson is a man. All these psychologists and psychiatrists and psychotherapists, they had to have the gift of the gab. They have to be capable of communicating ideas, theories, and emotions also. And talking about therapists, what do you think men do when they go to therapy? Do they pull out an Excel spreadsheet with the therapist? No, they talk about emotions. They talk about feelings. They talk about what's going on in their life. Yeah, surely maybe in the beginning they struggle, but eventually it flows and they learn how to express what is it that they need to express. As we can see, there are so many occupations out there where communication is a must skill, and all of these occupations have men working in them and excelling at them from the beginning of time. So what happens to men when they come home? How come suddenly they can't communicate when it comes to their romantic relationships? Well, who said they can't communicate? I actually think they can. It's just that our culture has taught us that men can't communicate. And as women, we have believed that incorrect information, but men have also swallowed it. Because men also grew up in this culture hearing that men can't communicate. But factually, that's incorrect. Because when a man walks into his boss's office and sits in front of him or her and they want to ask for that pay rise and they have to negotiate and they have to present a case for why is it that they deserve this pay rise, there's a lot of communication that is required here. So what happens when they go home and suddenly they don't have any of these communication skills with their girlfriends or their wives or their partners? Simply is because they've been brainwashed to shut down when it comes to communicating with a significant other, because culturally we have been told men can't communicate when it comes to relationships. And if you from a very young age have been told that, you'll believe it and it will just pretty much sink into your subconscious mind. Truth is, they can communicate. So women, this is my call to you. Stop giving men excuses. Stop saying, man, they can't communicate. No, we reject this lie, because this is what it is. It is a lie. It is not true. It is not correct. I've just given you so many examples of professions where men are excelling at, and they have to be great communicators to actually excel at these jobs. So stop giving men excuses, and men, stop believing the lies. Get up, stop using that winning card, that hall pass so you avoid difficult discussions when it comes to relationships. And after all, you know, if I had a winning card that makes me avoid having difficult discussions in relationships, I would be using it too. Let's abolish this idea and let's start communicating and holding men accountable. This is it for Musings with Eleni today. I hope that you enjoyed this video and I hope that I gave you some food for thought. If you liked it, please like it, share it, and if you think there's someone who needs to listen to this video, please share it with them, send it to them. And until I see you next time, God bless and take care.